upcoming sequel to Helldivers promised an exciting evolution from its predecessor, transforming from a top-down cooperative shooter to an immersive third-person experience. Boasting excellent gameplay and stunning graphics, it's a must-play especially with friends for some intense tactical co-op action. After the liberation of planets, which were previously confined for element 710 harvesting, fend off new threat that has emerged, the automatons, a robotic race in order to save the galaxy once more and restore peace. I'm really looking forward to sinking my time into the latest installment from Arrowhead Game's first entry, which was released close to a decade ago. With it being right around the corner for release on February 8th, I figured I'd cover the things I'm excited to see in this third-person tactical shooter, and who doesn't love a good cooperative shooter, much like that of Remnant 2. Things you can expect to see make a return is the easy drop in and out co-op experience like the first game, and there's crossplay between PS5 and PC. The combat in this game looks like it's going to be a blast. I mean, literally and figuratively speaking. They are inspired by actual ballistics, so if you're shooting at a shallow angle, your bullets will get deflected and not penetrate target, synergizing with your team with the abilities you have to take down enemies or a tough boss together. The enemies in this game won't go down easy, and especially on the harder difficulties. What's unique is any of their equipment called in can be shared with those on the team. This really encourages teamwork, or capitalizing on your teammates' downfall by looting them. Having to watch your fire on where you may call in an airstrike with friendly fire being in the game. Those are going to be hilarious moments or exasperating in defeat. Your loadouts, communication, and teamwork are definitely going to be key in this game in order to survive with only 20 revives for the team. Another aspect I love seeing in this game is the customization regardless of what genre it is, whether it's a fighting game, an RPG, or in this case a third-person shooter. Who doesn't love good customization system? From customizable weaponry, loadouts, armor, and grenades in this game, tailored to your playstyle or situation you may come across during your time in the game. Armor in this game will be featuring unique passive and abilities. Armor type will matter too. If you want to run as a tank, heavy armor with high resistance will be your go-to. Meanwhile, light armor for more stealth but lighter on your feet with added mobility. The game has an even bigger expansive galactic map compared to the first. You can decide which planet you want to fight on and which enemies to go head-to-head against. Receive orders from command. These are divided into two different types. Similar to the first with the community influence, in Helldivers 2, there are community-wide goals you can reach called major orders. Then there are personal orders, which are squad-specific tasks. Completing these will net you some sweet loot. I always love games that have a community aspect that people can achieve, and I think more games should have things like this implemented. We're all ultimately working towards the same goal. In the latest A United Stand trailer, the devs expressed interacting with the community as well as in-game, offering support or challenges based on community gameplay on the Galactic War. There are also Operation, which are a series of missions with objectives spread across the map, including optional secondary objectives. Higher difficulties offer more missions per operations for those seeking a further challenge in the game. There will be plenty of things in the game to keep you engaged with, but I do have some concerns which I'll address here in a bit. Upgrade your Super Destroyer, better your arsenal, eagles, or other improvements to annihilate your foes. Stratagems are making a comeback too, offering greater variety than before. These potent tools can summon with a short button combination, allowing you to bring down everything from orbital bombardments and Gatling turrets to machine guns from your orbiting ship. Fly drops to enhance your arsenal against the alien threat. These can be earned by completing missions. Medals obtained from operations and orders are needed for acquiring personal equipment from the war bond. From the looks of things, I'm glad to see this game doesn't have some sort of battle pass system that is now commonly seen in gaming over the course of the last several years. You can unlock most, if not all, of your gear from simply playing the game. Many, including myself, were curious about how the war bond would be implemented in this. So in Helldivers 2 with the war bond, it offers access to various unlockable items and content. You will get your first war bond, Helldivers Mobilized, which has been graciously gifted to you by Super Super Earth. You can unlock new premium war bonds using super credit. Once you have a war bond, you use your earned medals to unlock the items you want. Medals are gained by completing objectives, missions, and operations, or by exploring the battlefield. Players can pick them up and complete them at any time. Now, going back to the super credits, it can be bought in the in-game store or discovered during missions. The super store has a rotating storefront with unique sets of armors for customization, and the content is regularly refreshed. How do you guys feel about this? As you know, games now more than ever before can get expensive to produce and have different monetization practices implemented within them. I feel like as long as a game isn't paid to win with purely cosmetic items in the game, I'm fine with it, but I know not everyone is particularly a fan of these sort of practices seen in games regardless. Outside of that, I still have some concerns with this game, with it being yet another live service game. It does beg the question, what will the end game post-launch content look like for this? I'm sure many of you have seen the reception to the Suicide Squad game, it being another game I was initially interested in playing with my friends through for the story, but I can't justify the $70 price point for the game after participating in one of the closed alphas they had. It's not something that I want to see, but I wouldn't be surprised if the servers would be shut down not long after because they're not seeing the player count they want or expect for the game or any live service game. As of writing, the servers for Suicide Squads were initially live for those who paid for the 100+ premium edition for the early access, but due to a massive bug that would auto-complete game for the first time, the servers were quickly taken down immediately again, so even for those who paid for it, it's not even available. Live service games can be hard to get right in multiple aspects, especially with the added fact that you have to pay a price in order to play the game, which can be a barrier to entry for some consumer versus the free-to-play route. Then have plan out content enticing enough for people who would want to keep coming back to your game in order to play and keep it alive, but there's no guarantee you will have access to it years later if the game isn't supported by developers or its player base. I mean, look at BioWare's looter shooter with Anthem, Babylon's Fall by Platinum Games, who are known for Nier, and Radical Heights by Boss Key Production, trying to follow the wave of battle royales. I will never be for the live service component of a game, especially if it's meant to be a single player experience or an option in the game, or choose to play with others online in co-op. I don't feel it's necessary at all, but more games are taking this sort of approach, even if you can play it solo or co-op. If the servers ever get shut down, you no longer have access to the content you paid for, but give us the ability to play our games offline without having the internet or required to be online to play. I say all of this to say that I hope to see this game get supported by the existing fan base from the first game, plus those who are joining on board for the first time, and the developers for this game, that there is some sort of content roadmap plan. What do you guys think of this, or what would you like to see in Helldivers? Let me know in the comment section. I'm eager to explore the game's exciting features, from the realistic ballistics to diverse customization options. The expansive Galactic map and the community-wide goals and operation add depth to the gaming experience. While concerns about live service games linger, I hope Helldiver 2 continue to captivate players. Now, if you made it to the end of the video, leave a friendly fire in the comments so I know you made it to the end. Subscribe for more content and see you on the battlefield.